I think weight loss is one of the biggest, triggers for people to get into fitness. And I think this is a very deep topic. Probably we'll need a separate dedicated episode to talk about all aspects of weight loss. But generally, if someone comes to you and looking for losing some weight in a certain amount of time, what is your advice? How do you think people can begin the journey?
Yeah, so of course that's where most people start. And if they want, if somebody asks me that I want to lose certain amount of weight, etc., the first step is to convert that conversation into meaningful milestones.
Yeah.
So make sure that it is very specific. Make sure that it is they are able to measure. So things like body composition analysis. And
what is body composition analysis?
So basically, understanding the proportion of lean mass to body fat in your body. There are machines like the DEXA scan or the in-body scan that we have at Cult centers.
Right.
That gives you an exact picture. The reason I'm saying body composition analysis will be helpful is because otherwise it's purely about weight loss.
Yeah.
When you do a body composition analysis, you know that there is so much amount of muscle that you also want to retain in your body, and it's the fat that you want to lose. But of course, not a mandatory thing to start with.
Right.
The start for most people will be to just know where they are in terms of how much they weigh right now, and also start looking at inputs to achieving weight loss that is needed. So first thing is get active. Like we said, walk is a great tool to increase activity. Purposeful exercise 2 or 3 hours a week is great, but what is definitely needed is being active through the day. That's where the most amount of calorie expenditure also happens.
Right.
And what I generally tell people, when people come to the gym for the first time, they're very motivated.
Right.
And they want to do a lot of things from today. Yeah. So tell me what my nutrition protocol should be. Tell me, XYZ things. My advice to them is start working out, because this itself is, you made the decision, let's stick to it. Second is, like, do one change at a time.
Right.
If you have done 3 workouts this week, that is victory. In the second week, still do 3 workouts, but let's start tracking your steps. In the third week is when I'll tell you probably a few nutrition protocols that you can begin with. And that is also not going to be tracking meals, because that's a very difficult behavior to build, not sustainable.
Correct.
In fact, one downside of tracking meals, I do track my meals, I log my meals. But one downside is the day I haven't logged my meals, it's like a nutrition washout. Like,
कुछ भी कर सकते हैं.
But then for most people, it's just about being aware. And that's, I would say, take 2 weeks of consistent workout, and third week start with nutrition.
Right.
And then slowly keep progressing.
So let's say someone, has 3 months to do something or weight loss. What is healthy range of what kind of weight loss you can target in 3-month period? And the reason I'm asking is sometimes, people have this absolutely crazy goal, wanting to lose 10 kg in 3 months because a big event is coming or wedding. So I'm like, what's your take on, what's the right way to approach this?
Yeah, I think about it would take about 3,000 calories of deficit for 1 pound of weight loss. It's actually lesser for people who are new, because for people who are new into fitness will take about 3,200 odd, because a lot of water weight is also coming in, so they see weight loss faster. But on an average, creating doing a half a kg a week, which means 3,500 calorie deficit, is very manageable.
So about 1 kg in 2 weeks or 2 kg in a month is probably the max.
It's not the max. It'll definitely be more. I'm saying this is sustainable.
Yeah.
Max can, of course, people go very extreme protocol.
But I think, if you can do 1 to 2 kg a month and stay on this for 3 to 6 months, you can lose 5 to 10 kg, which is generally going to be quite healthy for most people.
That's going to be healthy. That's going to be sustainable, because you haven't made, people spoil their relationship with food or exercise is because they did so much of it right from day one.
Right.
And they had to make so many changes in their lifestyle. While in reality, we can't live with those changes through our life. If we like to eat a certain kind of food, we like to eat, we've grown up eating that kind of food. It's just that I need to be more aware, portion size my food a little bit.
I think other thing I've seen is, and from what I understand from the weight loss science, is even if through some kind of starvation diets, etc., or extreme workout, you lose a lot of weight, it's not permanent because your body is not rewired. That mind-muscle connection you talk about, your mind still remembers you, somebody whose normal weight is 80 kg. Now, by hook or crook, you have managed to bring down 70 kg. The moment you start to lapse, your body will kind of work against you to get back to 80 kg and probably get to 83, 84 for the good measure, because body wants to prepare. I don't know what is this guy going to do in future. I don't want to suffer again, so might as well get right. So those extreme weight loss measures are often counterproductive.
I agree. I fully agree. It's also dents, like I said, the relationship with food and exercise. A lot of times what also happens is that when people go on extreme protocols, maybe cut down carbs for the first 1 or 2 weeks, which will make them feel terrible, cranky and everything, right? Because there are no carbs in the system. They feel they've lost a lot of weight, but they haven't actually lost actual weight.
Right.
Because they've depleted themselves of carbs, a lot of water weight goes up. Because carbs will absorb water. So it's actually not, it's there. I mean, on the scale, they see weight loss, but in reality, there is not much that has happened inside the body. The right way is to go slow and steady, and that is true for weight loss. That is also true for bulk.
Right.
When we bulk, in gym, you see people doing bulk protocols, so they end up eating a lot of food. The mistake people make is they eat like 1,000 or 1,500 calories in surplus. And that ends up, of course, you build some muscle, but you gain more fat.
Right.
And you eventually have to go down.
Hey, can you also talk about, what is the range of healthy weight? Because, just because you want to weight loss does not mean that you need to have a 6-pack body or a beach body, just zero size body and so on. I think there's a whole range of weights which is healthy for a lot of people. So what's what advice would you give to people to arrive at a right range rather than the ideal weight?
Yeah, I think from a range, my advice would be to look at body fat percentage. And healthy, if it is within the range for men, if it is within the range of 18 to 22%,
right?
I think that's quite healthy.
And for women?
For women, it's going to be slightly higher, between 25 to 30%, because they generally have more fat compared to men. But that's the healthy range for people. Going sub 15%, going sub 10%, all of those things. I mean, when I am sub 15%, I probably want to keep it that way. But then the healthier range is...
so if you have the right body fat percentage range, but you don't have... but let's say you have... it appears you have extra weight, that's fine.
If you have the right body fat percentage and it appears that on a BMI scale you are higher, that's fine. Because you have more muscle, and muscles, of course, good for your metabolism, right, for longevity. And
right.